Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new around here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate all of you guys being here. So on today's video, we're going to be doing our net worth update for the month of February. Now I do these videos every month. I've been doing them over a year now. So if you want to go back and look at our playlist where we have our net worth, you can go and do that. But I really love doing our net worth updates because it allows us to see how our money is doing. Remember, your net worth is your financial report card. It lets you know the state of your finances and also helps you to stay in tune with all of your assets and all of your liabilities. So remember guys, assets are things that you own, things of value, and liabilities are things that you owe, all of your debts, okay? So some examples of assets are like your home, your retirement, your investments, your car values, things of the like. Some of your liabilities is like payments on your home, student loans, car loans, personal loans, credit card debt, things of the like. So what you do, a simple equation for your net worth is that you take your assets and your liabilities and you minus all of your liabilities from your assets. And whatever number that is what your net worth is. You may see a negative number there. And it's okay. We started with negative $75,000 in debt and we were able to claw our way out of debt. If you want a simple net worth tracker, check this out here and it's up on my website, mt1finance.com. But before I get to our net worth update, I wanted to talk to you about an article that I came across on Bankrate, and I have my computer right here and you will see everything on the screen, screenshots as well. But it talked about the average net worth by age in America, and I thought it was a really good article to read. And you guys know I'm always reading and listening to things, and when I find good things like this that I want to bring to your attention, I will feature them on the channel. So yes, this is from bankrate.com. I will leave the link to the article down in the description box below. But yes, it talks about your net worth, your average net worth by age range. So in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. And again, we don't put like a whole lot of emphasis on these numbers, but we do use them as a gauge, especially the median numbers, to see how we're doing in terms of the general population. Because remember, we started late when it comes to our net worth, paying down our debts, increasing our assets, and it's just a gauge for us to see how we're doing, to see if we're on the right track. So like I said, if you see me looking down, I have my notes and it's up on the screen for you guys to see as well. So according to the article, the average American's net worth is $692,100, which I thought was actually high, to be honest. People that I know, people that I talk to on a regular basis, people that I do private consultations with will tell me in a heartbeat that I have a negative net worth or my net worth is really low. So to see this number was really surprising. But again, we're going to dig more into this article and really talk about some of the data that was here. But in terms of your 20s, so the average net worth for your 20s, according to the article, is $56,984, or the median net worth, which is the number that I focus more on, is $6,500. I focus on the median net worth because it really shows more of how the wealth is actually distributed in the population versus the average net worth, which is probably taking, like a small group of 1%ers and getting their average versus really the whole population as a whole. Okay, guys? And keep in mind, in your 20s, do not worry if you have like a low net worth. You're coming out of college. You probably have a lot of student loan debt like I did, had some credit cards, maybe getting your first car like we did. So again, it's very normal in your 20s. You're trying to find yourself. You're trying to find, your groove, your rhythm in terms of your career and stability in your life. You're probably forming relationships with people, having children. So give yourself some grace in your 20s. You're not going to have a $500,000 net worth unless you were given something from like a rich relative. Okay. And that's just being 100% honest. Or you YOLO into GameStop and you were one of the few lucky ones and you pulled your money out. Okay, guys? So moving on to the average net worth for someone in their 30s. Okay, so the average net worth for someone in their 30s is $174,002, or the median is $32,600. Now, again, guys, the median number for the 30s was actually a little lower than I expected. Now, I expected it to be around $6,500 in your 20s, but I was actually surprised about this data for your 30s, because usually when you're in your 30s, you're kind of settled, right? You're a little bit settled, you're a little bit more secure in your career and your family, your living arrangements, things of the like. So as a result, you are like paying down your debts. You are starting to put a little bit aside in your savings, maybe getting ready to buy a house. Now, a lot of times in the 30s, financial hiccups, financial setbacks may happen, and it's a little harder for us to bounce back from it because it's not just us. In our 20s, most of the population is just us, so we can kind of ask mom and dad for some help. We can kind of bounce back. But in our 30s, we have children, we have a spouse. Our parents are older, so they may not be able to help us as much. So it could be a little tricky in the 30s. But yes, this is the average net worth for people in their 30s, according to this article. Now, 40s is when people earn the most in their career lifetime. This is when people reach the peak of their success at their jobs, whether they start their own business, entrepreneurs, 9-to-5ers, whatever it is. This is where we earn the most money in our life. So people are investing more. They're thinking more about their retirement. They're putting money in their 401k. They're also putting money in their kids' college accounts. They usually have owned a home by this. If they're not homeowners, they're kind of settled into, whatever that they're renting, but they're still saving money on the back end. They are, they have an emergency fund in place. They have life insurance in place. So people are more stable around these years, and the average net worth here is $457,783, or the median. Remember, guys, the median is just how the wealth is distributed through the general population is $93,460. So again, guys, give yourself some grace. If you are, not at the median yet, you still have time. One of the things I tell people often when I meet with them one-on-one, some people will say, I still want to retire at the traditional retirement age. So let's just say 67. They are 47. So they think it's too late. But I try to tell them that's 20 years. That's a whole human being, okay? You can have a kid and they will be off in college by the time you retire, okay, at 67. You can do a lot in 20 years if you get started. Again, guys, you don't need a whole lot of money to get started investing or saving for your house, maybe getting 1 month ahead, emergency funds. You just want to start, okay, guys? But your 40s is when you earn the most. So you really want to maximize those years. So if you are not at 40 yet, you have time to kind of get it into gear. If you are in your 40s, you have time. Remember that example I just gave you. 47 to 67 is 20 whole years where your money could be working for you. And if you are over 40, you still have time. I always tell people, as long as you are working, you are able-bodied, you are in your right mind, you have time, and you would be surprised at what you can achieve in a little bit of time. So let's talk about your average net worth in your 50s, okay? So the average net worth is $998,416, and the median net worth is $152,400. So really in our 50s, we're starting to see like how the accumulation of our money has grown over time. Remember, the more time that your money has to sit in the stock market or in physical property, the more time you can keep your liabilities low, you will actually see the growth in your 50s, okay? Now, keep in mind, as we age, we may have health problems. We may have like family crisis that may come up. We have kids probably getting ready to go to college or are already in college, maybe kids that are getting married and settled down and you want to help them out. These are those years where things like that usually happens. You will see your net worth really peak at these years, because remember, as you go into your 60s and later in your 60s, you're going to start withdrawing some of your money. So you're going to see like the most in terms of all of your assets, all of your investments, your retirements really peak at this time. This is also a time that people start to really think about retirement, whether they want to shave some years off, maybe they want to work all the way up to retirement. They start to think about they want to travel more, maybe setting up accounts for their grandkids, maybe getting their wills and just different estate plans together. Whatever the case is, you will probably be in the best position financially during these years. And remember, guys, people are living longer nowadays. Longer, okay, guys? I have a grandmother who's 80 and another one who's 83, okay? They're still driving. They're still walking around, doing the things they want to do, living their best life, okay? So people are living longer nowadays. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the average net worth for people in their 60s, okay? So the average net worth is $1,121,534, and the median net worth $221,200. Now, this was the article mentions this as well. This was kind of a little bit scary because in your 60s, and I'm talking about the median net worth, okay? So this is the general population. That's not a whole lot of money to have as a nest egg, which is why now, because we have so much available to us nowadays, it has not been easier to get access to the stock market than it is right now. on our phones, on the computer. We have so many free resources online where we can learn about how to invest, how to start our own business, how to pay off debt. I mean, all the savings challenges that are out there. There's so much motivation for us now to start getting things in place so that when we are in our 60s to have a median net worth of $221,000, we don't have to be fearful or nervous about that. Remember, guys, Social Security is scheduled to run out in 2034 unless Congress decides to do something. And remember, we're already in a whole lot of debt. And remember, inflation is already high, okay? Even if Social Security is around, just talk to some of the older people in your life. They will tell you in a heartbeat that Social Security is not enough to live on. They need other types of income. Some older people have to work part-time. And so because we know all of this ahead of time, we can actually prepare ourselves for the future, okay? So even though we're not millionaires in our 60s, we have more than enough to help sustain and keep us through those years and beyond, okay? Because the article only goes up to age 60. So what about if you live through your 70s? 80s, okay? What about care that you may need? Senior care, assisted living care. These are all the things that we have time and we have the space to think about now and put in place now. And the big myth that goes around is that you need a big salary to do this. You see the articles of the janitors and the teachers, people who traditionally don't make a whole lot of money, who retired millionaires. Why? Because they kept their expenses low. They didn't get caught up in, keeping up with the Joneses. They bought the things that they needed, even some of the things that they wanted, and they saved and invest the rest. Okay. So I'm here to let you know that if you're looking at these numbers and you're feeling like, oh my goodness, I'm never going to be able to catch up. This is why you have to really write down what your retirement plan looks like for you. Yes, you may be 30 years from it, 20 years from it, 40 years from it. But again, it's no time like the present to really sit down and think about these things. And I have a super easy retirement plan tracker up on a website that so many of you have used. I have talked about on this channel where I really went through and talked about, okay, how much do we need for retirement? How much do we need to live off of each month? What will our financial or family dynamic look like? Because that's very important. We have a special needs son, for example. So he's going to be living with us. We're going to have to support him. So we have to factor him into our net worth and our money goals. But yes, it was just really interesting to read this article about the average net worth among the different age ranges and seeing where we lined up. Now, I mean, we are really fortunate to kind of be ahead of a lot of this, but I can tell you guys, if we didn't learn how to manage a little bit when the opportunities came for us, when we received large sums of money, we would still have a negative net worth. I mean, I can tell you guys without a shadow of a doubt, making all the money we do per year, we would still be in a hole. Why? Because this did not change. So once this changed and you formulate a plan, I have no doubt that whatever your ideal or goal net worth number is, you're going to achieve that, okay? You are going to achieve that. So I'm going to turn this camera around. I'm going to take you into our net worth spreadsheet for the month of February. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the video so far, that you will subscribe if you haven't already, like, and I'm going to turn this around and I'll see you over in the spreadsheet, okay? See you guys. All right, guys, so we are here in our net worth workbook for the month of February. So let's go on down this list and see how our money did for the month. So total cash in our checking account is $16,233.30. That is a whole lot of money. So basically what this money is some rollover money that was sitting here from last paycheck. Our tenant in one of our rental properties paid us early for March. So the money is just sitting there, and we received our tax refund, which I talked about in a video I will link somewhere up on the screen, but we did get a tax refund. And so, yeah, that's what that money is. But since I closed out February's budget, I didn't want to really touch it until March officially began. So that's why that money is sitting there, but I will have it allocated come March. Next is our emergency fund, $13,982.16. We have $8,000 additional invested elsewhere in the stock market. So yeah, moving on to my husband. He has $2,300 still sitting there. I'm waiting for him to do something with it, but that's what we have in terms of cash and an account. Next is cash on hand. I have here at the house about $1,200, so a little lower than last month. Next is coins. I do have a coin jar, so every time I get some change, I would throw it in there. So $81.20 in the coin jar. Emergency fund, our rentals emergency fund, our short-term goal is $10,000. So currently it has $6,155.82. Moving on to, and it didn't get the interest. I'm not sure why. I had to look in Capital One to see what happened. Next is our gift cards, cash back. We have like airline miles. I just converted everything to dollars to see what it would be, and it's $1,080. Now, of course, we would get more bang for our buck if we use the points for like a flight or like a hotel room versus cashing out with a gift card, but the option is there. So total cash we have on hand is $41,032.48. Moving down to investment accounts. So we have our 401k. Okay, so I'm just going to say this right off the bat. The stock market went down again because of the whole Russia and Ukraine thing. So our investment numbers are a little lower. So 401k, $209,848.63. HSA, $14,098. Again, we put money into this every month. Okay. So again, we buy and hold over the long term. Roth IRA, we have 3 of them with Fidelity, $16,677.25. We have my SEEP IRA. So this was actually almost $1,000, but I took some money out. We bought an Apple Mac. So I'm trying to invest more in my business as well. So I want a better computer, you guys. I just want a better computer, something that's faster, that I can edit quicker. And it's nothing like a nice new laptop. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And next on my list, I do want to get a better ring light and a mic. Okay. So that's something that I'm saving up for. But so right now in my business, it's just $100. My husband's SEEP, which is now a Roth, is $1,230.82. Interactive Brokers, $39,411. And so this fell down a little bit from last month. So, I mean, you guys, it's going to be a little lower with our investments, but that's not the only thing we have in terms of assets. Robinhood is $22,194.13. Moving down to M1 Finance, $2,373.07. If you guys want any links to these accounts, I have my referral code links. You'll get free stock, free points. And if you use them, I really do appreciate it. It's just a great way to, pour back into the channel if you find anything of value here. So yes, I have my M1 referral link down below, Robinhood, things of the like. People is currently at $1,216.07. Cryptocurrency, which is still kind of in a lull right now, $9,815.20. Then we have this investing save challenge that I'm doing for myself. I started this February of last year. 5 expenses for the week, try to come under budget. Whatever I save, whether it's $2, $5, $10, I invest, and that money will probably be going to my special needs sons. And so the other, in terms of the emergency fund, we have invested. So the total of our investments down here is $325,932.36. Moving down to our physical assets, so like property, things like that. We have our main home at $515,000. The rental property number 1, $197,920. And the other rental property, $215,000. My minivan is worth $15,409. And then our car is worth $6,520. So when you add all of that up, the total of our physical property assets is $949,849. So it literally went up by a couple $100. But again, we buy and hold, whether it's stock market, whether it's physical property, we're buying for the long term. Next is our other assets. Our metals did go up a little bit over the past month, $3,100. Our 24 karat Wizard of Oz plates are still at $350. My husband's stock in his company, $359,000. I keep this number the same because the stock market can go up, the stock market can go down. But again, this is what we keep it at. And I can tell you guys, he has more than this, the value. Remember, he gets his stock literally like a part of his compensation package. Kids accounts, $12,205. And then NFTs that we own, those went up as well, $975. So the total of our other assets is $375,630. So when you add up all of our assets down here at the bottom, is $1,692,443.84. But of course, guys, we got to add our liabilities in, right? Because we got to minus the things that we owe. So for February, for our primary home, we owe $313,221. Our first rental, the balance on that mortgage is $100,285.78. And the balance on our second rental is $134,482.31. So the total debts that we have is $547,968.30. And as you can see, we have no other debts because we try to stay out of debt. Once we get out of debt, we try to stay out of debt. Now we do use credit cards, but we pay those babies off every month. Okay, so we have February right here. So when we add up all of our assets and we minus all of our liabilities from those assets, our net worth for the month of February was $1,144,475.54, which is great. Okay, that means if we come over here to our net worth progress tracker, that means for the month, let me scroll down, of February, it went up $7,500 or $7,600. Okay, so basically the money we poured into the market, that's what we grew our net worth by, which is 0.67%. So as you can see, some of our other changes, this is pretty low, but we'll take it. Okay, with the stock market kind of falling to the crapper since the beginning of this year, a gain for us is a gain for us. So we will take it as long as our net worth keeps moving in the right direction. That's all that we really care about, right? Progress is progress. So we come up here to our graph. You can see right here, we have a little chart, just a visual to help keep us motivated. The little block is up just a little bit at $1.14 million for the month of February. So that's pretty much the video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Do you track your net worth for the month? Let me know how you did. If you were up, if you were down, just stay motivated, guys. Buy and hold over the long term. The stock market always comes back, and diversify your assets. Okay. Diversify them. Okay. It'll keep you up. It'll keep you floated during the downturn in the stock market. So that's the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like it, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, hit the little bell notification button so that you don't miss an upload. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Okay. Have a good one. Bye.